Have you ever thought that the cup of coffee you drink every morning could turn from just a simple daily habit into a drink rich in both flavor and benefits at the same time? But wait a moment. What if I told you there's a very small ingredient already sitting in your kitchen right now that can change all of that without you even noticing? It's not just a change in taste. It's a completely different experience that makes you look at your coffee in a new way. This ingredient is cloves, and strangely, most people pass by it every day without thinking of using it this way, even though these small dried flower buds coming from Indonesia carry a warm flavor that blends sweetness with spice. But the real question is it just about flavor, or is there something deeper? Historically, cloves weren't just an ordinary spice. They were treated as a true treasure. At certain times, they were worth their weight in gold. And the reason wasn't just their taste, but their rich composition. Cloves are considered one of the richest spices in antioxidants. But pay attention. What does that actually mean? It means your body gets support in dealing with internal stress, which is one of the factors linked to fatigue and low energy. And here's where the surprise begins, because cloves don't stop there. They also support the immune system thanks to their properties, and help improve digestion and reduce discomfort after eating. That makes adding them more than just a flavor upgrade. But here's where the most important point begins. What happens when you add cloves to the coffee itself? Now, we're not just talking about flavor. We're talking about an interaction between two powerful elements. Coffee, with its compounds that support focus and energy, and cloves, with their active compounds. In a study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, researchers pointed out that cloves are among the richest natural sources of antioxidants. But the real surprise is that combining them with coffee, which contains compounds like chlorogenic acid, creates a blend that's more powerful than you might expect. And here comes the question: can such a simple ingredient really change how you experience your coffee? The answer might surprise you. Some people who tried this combination noticed a clear difference, not just in taste, but in the overall feeling: smoother energy, better focus without excess tension. It can also reflect on blood flow in the body in a more efficient way, which for some people is linked to a stronger sense of activity and vitality, especially with consistency. But the real question: if all of this is possible, why haven't most people experienced it before? Here's where the real difference lies. Not in the coffee itself, but in the way it's prepared. Now pay close attention. The secret isn't in the quantity, but in the small details of the method. Adding a very small pinch of ground cloves before brewing your coffee may be enough to make a difference. And if you want a stronger experience, you can add 1 or 2 whole cloves during brewing. That's when you'll notice the difference yourself. First the aroma, then the taste, then the feeling, as if you're not drinking the same coffee you're used to. And that's not all. If you enjoy experimenting, you can take it even further. Try adding cinnamon with cloves for extra warmth, or cardamom for a distinctive flavor. Each combination gives you a completely new experience. From a scientific perspective, this is known as a synergistic effect, where each component supports the other. Coffee enhances alertness, cloves add an extra layer of support, and caffeine can even help improve the absorption of some compounds, making the effect more noticeable. But let me ask you something important. How many times have you had your coffee the exact same way without any change? What's surprising is that this ingredient has been right in front of you all along, but you never noticed it. Maybe the secret isn't in the coffee itself, but in the small details that make the difference. Try it yourself. You might discover that this simple change is exactly what you've been missing. And if this information is new to you, don't forget to support the video with a like and subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this idea without even realizing it.